Hello, everybody, and welcome back to your Sunday night MMA virtual entertainment once again. Thank you for joining us 1 week before UFC 300. We've got another esports fight league for you. Thank you for joining us. My name's Balian, or Alex, totally fine. And this week, we have a special guest. So, do you want to introduce yourself for those people who don't know who you are? Maybe they've not seen you do one of these with me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a while since we actually did one together, but my name is Kingsley. I usually commentate some of the cards here on ESFL all the way from the beginning of UFC 3. So, I'm excited to continue on the tradition of calling out amazing fights here because this card that we have, Bailey, is going to be absolutely insane. Our title is on the line here, Bay.
Yeah, damn straight. Okay, well, he's taking us off to a quick start. Thank you, Kingsley. Yeah, we got Kingsley here today. And the Xbox title is on the line tonight, guys, and we have a new patch as well. So, along with all the changes players are going to have to deal with today, Kings, we have a title that will headline us off and kick us off. So we're going to see if there's any new picks that come out. We've had new fighters added, as well as some changes to stamina, block, head movement, takedown timings, a few transitional reductions in stamina costs as well. It should be interesting, Kings, with a new patch.
Yeah, it should be interesting. Like, usually you want to have a lot of time to go in the lab and see, like, what works, what doesn't. And speaking of, like, the new picks, all these picks are coming in. We're going to see a continuous, like, patch updates where fighters are being brought in throughout the oncoming months. So it's going to be interesting to see, like, from this point forward, who is going to be the main picks going from, like, every single new character's selected. So I'm excited to see how this all pans out. The new patch going with stamina, with grappling, to see what the fighters do. I'm excited to see what all these fighters will bring out because there's a lot on the line here, babe.
Hell yeah, definitely is. All right, let's have a look at the card this evening as well, guys, because we want to show you what's going down in the main event. EasyWork will be taking on the current champion, the Kingsman's Frosty, right there as well. Both guys are 4-0, yet to have lose, and the Xbox title has not been defended yet. So here we go. Frosty will be trying to defend this title here tonight. Great main event right there, one that a lot of people have been talking about, looking forward to. Both guys gone 4 fights this season without losing, Kings.
Yeah, absolutely. I see EasyWork. I called some of his fights earlier in the season. He made easy work of his climbing up the mountain to get this title shot in this card. So to see what he does against another high caliber fighter, this might be his one chance to actually put a stamp on this Xbox division and get this title. So we'll have to see what he does with his 4-0 stature. But on the other side, the champion, KM Fonty, has gone through the woodwork to claim this title. Now we know that we had multiple Xbox champions, but no one has actually defended their title. Can he actually be the one to be someone who could claim this title for multiple weeks? We'll just have to find out. This main event card is going to be absolutely insane here, babe.
Definitely. Hell yeah, man. I mean, highest level, we've got it here tonight on the Xbox side of things. Lots of Kingsmen representing tonight as well. Co-main event, Fonte taking on Fadanator. We've got EK coming on through as well. Warrior here tonight in our co-main event against Dirty Dave. Great fight there with both guys. Only lost once this season as well. Then we've got 2 guys who are 2-2. Zay and Zyaf. What a matchup that will be, sort of towards the top of the card to keep us going here tonight, and then a bunch of other good fights coming your way, guys. Many names that you will recognize and see. Scarface, you got Intro, you got Webcam coming back through, but it should be a great night of fights, Kings. So I think we should get the first one underway because we are ready to go to the bantamweight division right here. EK's Maseo 0-0 making his debut against Chris Royale's also 0-0 here, Kings.
Yeah, going to be fighting in the bantamweight division, the fighter selection screen. But Maseo, he's using this fight as his UFC fight debut. We haven't seen him in the ESFL just yet, so he's coming in with an 0-0 record. But he's an ESFL Vegas vet, so you might have seen him around the Las Vegas Strip or in the competition. So we know that he has experience in the ESFL. But for Chris, he challenged for the primetime title. This is his first actual, like, original ESFL debut in the season. So Corey Sandhagen, Sean O'Malley, I'm excited to see how this goes down.
Definitely, man. A fun matchup. I think a lot of people have been using Corey recently, one of the characters that just sort of flows and moves really well. Great skill set and very fun to use up against Sean O'Malley, the OPest of the OP in this division. Let's see how the strategies play out, though. I like that we're staying inside the long reach here from Maseo. That's a good job. Trying to stay toe-to-toe. Knee to the body there. Chris already trying to slip to the outside and set up that backhand, no doubt.
And ooh, what a good pull into like a body uppercut. I'm liking what we're seeing from the head movement from Maseo. He's looking around, staying this like little bit of range, not in the phone booth, but not really fully out where he could try to land for a head kick or go for these hooks. So already I'm liking the pressure that he's putting against O'Malley.
Yeah, these straights to the body as well have been chipping away a bit of their stamina health on Chris, but doing a good job stepping inside. But Chris is banging these combinations and he's catching him right there on the chin as well. Maseo taking a fair little bit of damage to that head health. There's a right hand that gets through right there, though. Pulls the lead uppercut, doesn't think about throwing it. And that's where he doesn't want to be, right on the end of that snappy jab. Lots of lead hooks from Chris, but there again, the ducking right on the inside works for Maseo. He's landed that a few times.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see Maseo, he's using those uppercuts to the body a lot more. I like the work that he's doing against the body. We see both guys usually like to headhunt, but the body might be a big difference going to the later rounds, because right now, that's something's going to play a huge factor for Chris if he keeps on whipping with those 2 hooks right there.
Keeps throwing that lead uppercut that's not landing. The jab to the body, lead hook to the head is the good distance closer that we've seen a few times from Chris right now. But maybe that's why Maceo's trying to commit to that lead uppercut, trying to catch the level change. But lots of block damage done there for Maseo. Lost that side kick out, double hooks to the body. We see the jab to the body, lead hook again. There's a pattern read on that. Maybe we'll get the pull on the lead hook from Maseo, but kind of touch and go so far, Kings. Both guys kind of land in at their own rate and with their own shots.
Yeah, very much touch and go. Chris, I like what he's doing. He's answering the bell, getting his opponent damaged. We see the Dr. Safra's bag already in orange for Maseo, but Maseo working by that is going to lay the groundwork for future rounds. But right now, Chris doing a nice job. Even though he's getting hit to the body a little bit more, he's still going forward. He's still attacking, and maybe possibly he's looking for that one opportunity to go for a pull and go for a hook, because he's making them miss a little bit right now.
Yeah, lovely stance switching there from Maseo. Set up those 2 body kicks, which really took chunks away from the body health. And then he hit that lovely, well-timed 3-piece. Good distance management from Maseo here. Either just a good skill set or has used Corey a fair few times, but landed everything perfectly. Chris has got to come forward now. And he's taken a fair amount of body damage, which we will see make changes, especially with this new patch. Doesn't chop the roundhouse at the end of it, but the rear uppercut to the body did land. And got the flash there, King, so that's more body health damage as we close out the first round here.
That's what we were seeing. The setup for the body work, set up for that huge move. Gets one mistake, able to land it straight, and then pulls away, gets the body uppercut to land that little flash, little health event for Chris. So Chris, with 20 seconds left, I feel like he just needs to find some good rhythm, some good momentum. He knows that he's getting hit to the body, so he needs to take a little bit care of that right now. But for Chris, going to that second round, he needs to find a way to just disrupt that body shots that he keeps on landing against his opponent.
Shout out to everyone who's just joining us in the chat tonight, ready for ESFL Sunday. It is ESFL Sunday. Yes, mate. Last show before UFC 300 as well, guys. Xbox title is on the line tonight in our main event's first fight of the night getting us started here. We've got Chris, a debutee. Chris Royale, he's picked up Sean O'Malley right here. Very back and forth as guys are both trading. And on the other side, you got a member of the Elite Kings team, Maseo, also making his debut. But both guys looking pretty good right now. No one's sort of got away from the game plan here. Kingsley, no one's done anything too crazy. I would edge towards Maseo. I think he's got an advantage in the body damage, and we'll see how the new patch and the stamina plays out, I think.
Yeah, great minds think alike. The body work, the shots that he was able to land, able to get the health event in the first round. He's working so well. And you have to, with the new patch, with Elite Kings Camp, you have to put in the lab. You're going to have tons of people to like lean off of and learn the knowledge. Because again, he goes for that second head kick. That opens up, just gives another thing that Chris has to think about when he's going forward. And now the pulls, Maseo could open up a little bit freely, but those moves right there for Maseo is just working so many well dividends for him to attack his opponent.
Yeah, Maseo has to be careful. He's like floating backwards sometimes and just eating the hooks all on the block. He's going to lose a lot of block because of that, but we'll see how that plays out. Nice slip right hand, jab to the body straight, rear uppercut gets pulled though at the end with Chris off the center line, but Maseo's put a lot of nice combinations together like that, going high and low. Very reactive stuff. Now gone southpaw, look for that lead body kick again, no doubt. Maybe even the turning side kick. Lead hook into the rear uppercut to the body as Chris just trying to point shot him on the outside and land some safe stuff. There's a nice sidestep to the inside 2-piece, but doesn't land, nor does that. Bangs off the block. Lead hook, though, for both men seems to be the most consistent weapon here, Kingsley.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I like from Chris is, like, he had an earlier sequence where he has his opponents back to the Octagon a little bit, and he was able to land body shots like that. If he's able to pressure his opponent, get that block gauge low, he's going to find an opening. Like, right now, if you back your opponent all the way up, like, Maseo needs to find a way to answer back, but right now, Chris is doing such a nice job. If he keeps up this pattern, he might have a chance, but he needs to watch out for those combinations from Maseo.
Super technical fight this as well. Both guys like throwing a variety of different strikes, switching stances, using different combinations. There's a 4-piece, and that's what I was talking about there, Kings. He's just getting hit with these combinations on the block and not able to step out. because he's not moving his head, he's kind of using the footwork, but sometimes he just doesn't drift out, and they all bang off the block, and it's starting to add up now over the halfway point of this fight. Has to get out of there after he's thrown his own offense, because right now Chris is just going second and just tagging him every single time.
Yeah, you were talking about a pattern earlier ago, and I feel like they're in a consistent, like, pressure moment where they want to find a way to attack each other. But right now, Chris, I think he's just getting the benefit. Right now, I think this round is his to lose if he keeps up this ongoing pressure. But for Maceo, duck under, find a way to like just change it up a little bit, using that uppercut to just open up his opponent, trying to get the block gauge a little bit low. But 1 minute left. I'm expecting maybe a home run shot in the last couple of seconds here, Babe.
Yeah, from somebody. I feel like the uppercut might be there, and there's a lead one and a rear one for Chris. Nice up kick. Keeps Maceo in it, but man, that is what you need to steal around. And it was an accumulation of damage that started to add up on the head health. We talked about the bleed through on the block attacks. And now a sidestep on the side kick and another three-piece. And I think Chris's combinations of just shots to the head, just hooks to the head, they're keeping him in this fight. And they've made him sneak ahead now because he's just been banging the power shots. Well, we've seen a lot of stuff from Maceo. It's looked good, but it's been a lot of jabs, setups, and straights, and it's just not as damaging as those like big hooks that he's just been chucking at him.
Yeah, absolutely. And what a great rebound for Chris, too. Like, the first round, it seemed like he kept on getting hit constantly to the body, constantly to the head, and led to a health event. But with Chris, as you see in the replay, able to land his perfect move, able to keep headhunting, because it seemed like Maceo, even though he was landing a lot of body shots in the first round, he kind of went away from that game plan in the second round right here. And that led to the uppercut, which led to a knockdown, which is going to give Chris that round. Now, into the third round, it's all about adaptability. These guys are making their debut in this new season. What can they possibly do? Are we going to see Maceo go back to his game plan, or are we going to see Chris learn the technique that what Maceo's going to do, and is he going to leave himself open for another knockdown?
Looking a little worse for wear on that left-hand side there as well. Cut up now. Maceo taking a lot of damage, staying toe-to-toe on the inside with the boxing and a pull counter elbow. Exactly the kind of stuff he needed, rather than sit on the outside and try and stay on the outside of those hooks that are firing him toe-to-toe. Gets it done, but is backed off the offense immediately, Kingsley.
Yeah, he did so well with those first two moves, but then when you take your foot off the gas, worry about the next shot that's going to be coming to you, you kind of leave yourself open. So right now, Chris, even though he got knocked down a little bit, I still feel like he might have a chance to do another uppercut, maybe another big shot, but again, a body uppercut. That was leading the groundwork for the first round, and he went back to it, and that led to a massive health event.
Really love the shot selection on Maceo. I mean, he's got a lot of really technical stuff that he just throws out there. It's never like the most high value move. It's more the one that makes sense at the time. So there's a lot of thought process going into it, but 2 rocks now to the body. Can he finish though? Because Chris is still headhunting with these hooks and trying to pull counter with the 4-piece combination. And that's a lot of danger still coming at you with 3 minutes left in the fight.
There is a reason why Sean O'Malley is the meta pick in the bantamweight. Even though you have him hurt a bunch of times, he is still super dangerous with all the stamina. It's all about Chris. What can you do to put on the pressure? This is what he wants to do. Put his opponent back to the cage. You don't really have a lot of room to get out of there. But Maceo doing such a nice job. It's still working to the body. It's still working his way to get his opponent to miss a little bit there, babe.
Yeah. 2:30 in the final round. Hopefully he can make him miss a little bit more. Going back to the body, it's just a question of what's going to work. That was a lovely combination that gets caught, throwing the knee, the combos from Chris. So once again, 4 shots, and he rocked him with 1 and still landed 2 to follow up a takedown, but it's denied late. Back to the feet, 2 minutes still all to play for. Both men have rocked each other. It's just a question of who's going to make that mistake in the closing moments of the fight.
All it takes is one. You thought you had a momentum, and see, there he goes. Go to what works. Go to the body. It's been working for you all this fight. You just need to make sure that you don't get hit with another uppercut by Chris. But Chris doing such a nice job of getting his opponent back to the cage and landing his strikes. But with strikes like that, with an uppercut, Maceo's coming back and might get another knockdown here, possibly, Bay.
Oh, man. I mean, he's definitely winning this round, but is he winning the fight? You know, he needs to finish him. Some spinning attacks, maybe. He gets counted. And the double uppercut again. Up kick keeps him in it, though. Still on the feet. This fight is so close to being finished. I do not know who's going to land. Chris staying in the fight and still just as dangerous. It feels just as even as it was when it started, Kingsley.
Oh, absolutely. If we see a split decision, I will not be upset because these guys have been putting on a show. Flying knee! Oh my God! With 50 seconds, no way, no way he gets this knockout. No way, no way. 10 seconds.
There we go.
Wow.
He has to, bro. A flying knee, a lead uppercut, and a lead hook, all clean. Like, you've got to get knocked out. I was like, it's just not going to make sense, is it? That's ridiculous. Lovely finishing combo there. I love the double up on the lead hand. Yeah, lead uppercut, lead hook. We don't see that every day. But good job, and Hail Mary as well to throw the flying knee. You got to do it in these kind of fights at the end, Kingsley. You got to go Hail Mary.
Yeah, you definitely do. You don't want to leave it up to judges. And the fact that he risked it all with a flying knee, probably wasn't expecting his opponent to really react because he hasn't pulled like a big move, like 2 head kicks possibly. That was the biggest move, but it's been uppercuts and maybe just pulls and slip straights that he was able to land. The fact that he got that flying uppercut and able to get that knockdown, he knew that was a good move and he was able to get the victory. Are we sure that was the first fight of this card? Like, these guys are making their debuts. I feel like that could have been a co-main, a main card type of fight there, Bay.
That was a really good fight, wasn't it? Really good, really technical, good matchup of striking styles. Like, yeah, both guys are making their ESFL debut right there. It's kind of crazy. But
also, I'm sorry, Bay. I just realized on the bottom of me, it says Bruce Lee Rob. I just want to let you guys know I'm not Bruce Lee Rob. I'm not. There's no mask reveal. I'm Kingsley. I just King AHCK. That's exclamation. But go show some love to Bruce Lee Rob. He's been killing it in the Twitch game, so I'm replacing him for a little bit. But you know, happy to be here. But I'm not Bruce Lee Rob. Just let you guys know.
Short notice, Kingsley filling in today because Bruce Lee Rob couldn't be here. So appreciate that. As again, Kingsley there for filling in for us. Right. Well, let's move on to the next fight of the night. Like I said, first of many still to come here this evening. We have plenty of good matchups. And next up, we have a veteran of the scene in CIA, Webcam, and Prod as well. Prod is calling this a loser leaves town match, as both guys are on a bit of a skid so far this season since the start of January. Webcam coming in at 1-3 in this one. Prod 0-2 here, Kingsley.
Yeah, very interesting. Maybe try to get into the WrestleMania spirit since it's WrestleMania weekend. But loser leaves town match. I mean, 0-2, you know that something has to give. And he doesn't want to be 0-3 in this matchup. So he's going to be very hungry. While LWCIA Webcam, you know, he competed at ESFL Live. He lost to Euro with a jumping head kick at ESFL 151. Lost to Ali at 153. And picked up his first win against IU Showtime. So even though he had a 1-3 record, he's coming off of a victory. So he wants to get back to victories. He's been a #1 contender fight for the ESFL belt, and he's been in the match against the ESFL champion and has beat him. So he definitely has experience to go in this lightweight matchup. In Islam Makhachev versus Tony Ferguson, heck of a dream match in Tony Ferguson's prime. But for these guys, they're very hungry. If we saw anything from that first fight, guys making their debuts, we're going to see even more action because both of these guys are hungry for a victory here, Bay.
Yeah, it is really nice as well to get all these new fighters constantly coming in. Like, I mean, like legend Tony Ferguson, he's not really that new, but you know, we can get him at like this. People can play the legendary version of Tony, and it's like, you know, can still be competitive stat wise. So it's good to see. Plenty more mixes up the metagame. Anyway, Webcam coming out hard and fast. You know, Webcam's probably going to want to try and take this down. Throwing some long looping uppercuts off the back foot with Tony. Nice slip and roll with the right hook over the top. And another lead uppercut. Big damage on the head already, and the lead hook. Head hunting. Gotta get him on the bike here. Does Prod gotta move the head as well?
Yeah, absolutely. You need that head movement. That's what this patch is all for. But right now, Webcam, you know, he seems like he's proven vet, working his way, trying to figure out what can his opponent like react to, not react to. A little bit of body work. But both guys pulling away already. And there you go. Finally a takedown. You want to do that. You have Makhachev. You might as well get that done. But now it's up to Webcam. He's a proven vet. He knows what people are going to do in their transitions. Very good start to a transition. Denial on that submission attempt. Already on the attack on the bottle game.
Yeah, Prod should.
I don't know.
We're going to see.
That time is looking low.
He faked the full guard. Now he went time. He went for it. This time he's going to get the half guard out there as well. Just spamming those transitions. Might not be able to hold the top position though, but it was a really good combination there from Prod to get that takedown. Hit him with a 3-piece, pull countered, hit him with a 2-piece, then a double leg takedown. Really smooth stuff, but not as smooth as we're seeing right now. And surely the struggle through, but the get up is going to get denied. That is going to be locked in right there for one submission. Already dropping half the bar on Prod. Great job by Webcam. We talked about him wanting to get this to the floor. Prod took it down, but Webcam's taking advantage.
Yeah, and I feel like that first instance where he got denied a bunch of times, that stamina is still consistently low, and Webcam is taking full advantage of it, going to a side guard position right now, all the way to full mount, because that stamina is still low, and the posture up, it seems like Pride instigated, but Webcam might finish it here with all these elbows here, Bay.
Man, that was some big damage with the ground and pound. Seemingly like no stamina on Webcam, but hell, he made it work for him. Trying to just keep the action moving. They've both used a lot of stamina on the ground as well, which is nice to see with some of the patch changes. There's a full mount, no stamina on Prod. Let's see if he does get the posture up. And here comes the ground and pound again.
Oh my God. It's just
really nicely.
Yeah, it's so menacing what Webcam has been able to do. Now we're getting to see both competitors go back to somewhat stamina, but again, those denials could do a posture up, could go for a submission right here. It's just been his world, and now for Prod, he needs at least 55 seconds to survive and change up his game plan in the second round, because right now, if Tony Ferguson is able to get something, he might go for the finish here.
On the hips get up is denied, as is the posture up right there. So Prod trying to follow up with something on the hips there too, but Webcam maintaining top position, denies all the way through this contest as both guys showing some speed on the right stick. And just remind you, Prod coming into this, who's in the blue corner side with matchup 0-2 this season. Webcam 1-3, so both guys really want to win. Webcam determined not to be the guy to leave town. We were saying before the start of this show, you know, if you lose 4 fights in a season, it's more than likely your place might go to someone else in the esports fighting league. So Webcam, a veteran, 1-3, desperate not to head to 1-4, but that was a good first round there. I don't know who you've got up so far, Kingsley.
I mean, it had to be Webcam, right? Even though he got taken down, he was able to get the strikes that he wanted. As you saw in the replay right there, able to get a slip right hook onto his opponent. But then when he got taken down, he was able to take control, get a submission attempt, got the submission bar all the way halfway low, tries to go for a Superman punch there. He's just completely dominant in the striking and ground game. So it's up to Prod. What can he do to answer back here, Bay?
See, Prod does some good work staying in the face right there, but it does get a little predictable, trying to just over-anticipate what his opponent is doing by hitting that pull counter. Whilst mid-combination, Webcam not getting anything off here. Little pump jab, fake. Ooh.
And also, like, with his jabs, he tried to use the jabs to... good move with the pulls. But that jab seems like a filler out a way to get his range back in. But it seems like he's a little bit more reactionary than Webcam. Webcam is kind of pushing the action a little bit here and answering back with some vicious strikes with combinations like that. But it's up to Prod. Can he be proactive instead of reactionary? Because everything he's doing is not working out for his favor.
Yeah, Webcam just finding the holes for the strikes. A right hand landed right there. A 2 went down the middle of the Serprod. Tried to pull. Now that left hook's coming around the side. Both guys not really a ton of, like, you know, consideration for their defense right now. Just firing off the weapons at each other. Webcam has a big head health advantage, but Prod slowly brought that back with a few shots. That long straight down there is going to stop the pull, but both men have seemingly gone away from it right now. 1-2 there as the follow-up combination was interrupted. Some good knees to the body from Webcam, and Prod is going back with that rear uppercut. He's hit that a few times, but I just don't think it's going to make enough of a difference, even with these teeps in there at this stage. But we're about halfway through the fight right now.
Yeah, it seems like this second round, this is the round of, like, take what your opponent gives you, right? Go to the body if you need to. If he's blocking high, just go to the body. You can change it up and be free to open up your combinations. You don't need to be super close, but with uppercuts like that automatically inflict some damage against Prod. But Prod, with 2 minutes left, I want to see him attack more to the body. Maybe a leg kick to disrupt the timing of Webcam, because Webcam is going to keep charging, keep moving forward, and find some openings.
Yeah, Webcam trying to be careful about his entrances right now and show him a few different weapons to set things up. That slip ducking right hand is money if he can land it and get Prod to commit to something as he's firing it in. Prod seems to want to just play defense right now and target that body off the back foot, but he's not landed anything. There's a left hook around the side. Follow-up right hook doesn't land either. It gets a little stale here towards this round as both guys just getting a bit more careful about their entrances. There's a lead hook and to the body, but Webcam's firing straight back.
Yeah, I can see Prod, he's answering really well with those hooks. Like, when he has the hooks, he's doing some crazy damage. But again, the range, the distance game from Prod is not really working out to his favor. But when he gets close, he's finding some success. So if Webcam's, like, knowledgeable, I would say keep in this distance. Make your opponent go for some. Let him reach and trying to gain his distance. But, he goes for a takedown with a power slam. Take him to the center of the Octagon, flipping him over like a stack of flapjacks there, Bay.
That was pretty impressive. The way he shot that, he was just like skating around and then just went into it. It was kind of crazy. But yeah, nice high crotch to finish the round there. Damage on the slam, not too much. Interesting round there. It felt like Webcam had the advantage, then kind of lost it, halfway through, and then it became quite an even round. I feel like the body damage has come out from Prod in this one, but Webcam had already done a bit with the ground and pound in the last round. I don't think he did as much this time out, though, so we'll see who recovers better going into the third and final. I think it's still all on the table, really, Kings.
Yeah, you have to think, some people might say 1-1, but that first round was definitely Webcam. So if you're Prod, go in this third round, maybe kitchen sink. We saw fighting in the first round. Maybe you need to go for some crazy head kicks or overhands to change up the momentum of Webcam. But for Webcam, you can't wrestle your laurels. You need to do what got you here to dance. Attacked by, not with a huge hook like that, but able to enter back, get some hooks, get some uppercuts, and find a way to seal this deal here, babe.
I like the combinations from Prod. The left hook into the lead uppercut's really nice because people will duck that left hook when they see it coming. So we'll see if he can land anything right now. It seems like Webcam's decided, I'm just going to pressure, because playing this outside game was getting him tagged up. He's now just trying to trade through. He does have the head health advantage, so maybe just trying to make it a bit of a war, a back and forth head health battle. But Prod doing a good job still targeting the body right here. I don't know, man. It's hard to tell who's ahead and who needs a finish,
Yeah, you could definitely tell like the nerves in this third round, right? You can see them just moving back and forth, trying to say, are you going to do it? Am I going to do it? Who's going to do what? It's just a whole mind game situation here in this third round. Tries to go for an overhand there. I would love that, but I need something to set that whole thing up for Prod. But in these moments, if Webcam is pressuring forward, I want to see Prod go for maybe a pull, maybe a slip, change things up, because when he enters in, he's having a lot of success there, babe.
Yeah. He's having a lot of success, and there's a right hand that sneaks through, trying to be patient with the swarm here towards the end. Webcam relying on the boxing to get it done, and Prod now pushing backwards, doesn't want to get backed up into the single leg attempt. Nice job, though. Just a quick bit of defense. Counters the takedown with one of his own. Won't jump on top.
Smart.
The rock will go the way of Webcam right there. That's looking good in terms of the scoring of this round.
Yeah, and that was such a smart job from Prod. Even though he... Oh, my God! Gets hit with a front kick. Gets speared to that down in the Octagon. I was going to say, he's doing a good job entering back, but now he needs to go for the kitchen sink. But with Webcam going for that front kick and able to take him down, that is going to work very much well for this third round right here. And now we see 135 left for Prod to answer back and maybe try to find a comeback here, babe.
Oh, had to pivot or do something right there, or was going to get broken with the block. Rolls into that right hand, that left hand, excuse me. Webcam has to do something right now. The footwork is completely slowed. The head movement is not working. He's getting backed up and just eating shots. The pivot works for him, but he cannot just let Prod walk him down right now. He's got to just throw back and get his own combinations going. He's getting completely caught up in this forward attack from Prod, who just doesn't have the stamina or could really do some damage right now.
This is dangerous. I feel like Webcam is playing not to lose, right? You don't want to be in those situations. Good takedown, and that's what you need. Just be advancing. You got the takedowns 3 times in a row. Go into these final rounds. And again, it's this kind of strategy that Prod has been worrying about. With 15 seconds left, you can say this is probably Webcam's fight.
Yeah, I think he's won this last round. He got the 2 rocks, and got some takedowns as well. So well played, really, by Webcam to pull out that third round, a third round that was up for grabs. Goes in there, finds the rocks, and manages to stay safe as well. Gets the double takedowns. We'll see who actually gets the nod, Kingsley. But good fight in a loser leaves town match. So we'll see, depending on who's going home.
Yeah, and they gave it to Webcam. Webcam gets the win. So it's 2-3, and unfortunately, Prod is 0-3 in this situation. I don't know if he wants to keep with the loser leaves town. There's some wiggle room when it comes to like wrestling theatrics, but I don't know how it is in the ESFL. But definitely something that he needs to come away with and just like learn from it, right? Because he had some successes in the beginning. It's just like he went for the takedown and he was kind of outclassed in that situation. But when it came to striking and going to the phone booth, he was able to get some striking going. It's just he ran out of time and he ran out of strategy. And Webcam, the proven vet, was able to capitalize on that. So hopefully he learns from it. It's very rare that we see someone go 0-3 going back to 500, but it's definitely possible. So we'll have to see what happens in his next fight.
Yeah, it was a good bounce back win from Webcam. People in the chat pretty happy to see Webcam get a win right there, 3-2. a diligent competitor, always here, always putting on a show as well. So congrats to that man. But let's move on to the next fight of the evening. We have a debuter in Hey It's Fran, who is apparently a title contender over in prime time, which is really, really good. So we'll see how he gets on. But he's taking on Kingsman's Intro, who's 0-1, but that loss came to Zyaf. So we'll see what Kingsman's Intro has got here tonight. Intro looks like he's hovering over Usman. Right here for Fran, we might see a Jack Delamada laner pick in the ESFL. Interesting.
Very interesting in the welterweight division. But going back to Hey It's Fran, I mean, as you said, a top contender in prime time. He was 3-1 currently in that organization, but here it's a whole different spotlight. Meanwhile, KM Intro, what a way to have your debut against KM Intro. He lost to Zyaf at 151, but now he's making his way back. He's a calculated and creative fighter. He has high-level range management, selection work, and he has dangerous combos. So for Fran, if you want to prove yourself, this is the opponent to do it against in a Uman Della Medina fight here, babe. I'm sorry, I'm going to mess up that last name the whole time, but here we go.
You're fine. Nice rear uppercut right there by Fran, and Intro responds with nice 1-2-3 in the pocket. Both guys wanting to hold that center right now, going toe-to-toe. We're seeing that long rear uppercut to the body, which is actually pretty good on Usman. He's got a great reach, so that works nicely. Would love to see those body uppercuts from the clinch from Usman. You never see that anymore. Nice ducking slip to the inside there with a straight. We'll see what Fran can do. Trying to engage and moving forward, but even these counter shots on the way in right now.
Yeah, and you don't want to be, you can't be super close to against Usman. You know the hooks, the body, uppercuts, everything. His hands are super deadly. But one underrated aspect of this game is the ground grappling game that Usman has. So you want to make sure that you keep your distance, but also watch out for the takedowns. Because if the hands aren't working for Usman, he can just easily take you down. So for Fran, keep your distance. Find a way to get that jab in, open up your opponent. But right now, he's taking a brunt of damage. And right now, Usman is having a hell of a striking clinic so far.
Yeah, looking at chat, Podgy saying Fran was also a champion in GFC as well. So Fran been around for a while, making the ESFL debut finally here tonight. So you got to believe Fran probably trained for this and is feeling the nerves, waiting a long time to get here. Intro is a pretty good debuting opponent from a top camp. And so far, fairly even, trying to dart in with that straight right. Nice job there. Backing him up with the combinations, just knowing when to move forward. There's nice work by Fran again with the 1-2. Good timing on that. Intro now starting to lose the rhythm a little bit as Fran's finding the boxing opportunities from the outside. We'll see if there's any wrestling that comes into it anytime soon, because now might be a good time.
Yeah, and you can see Fran is now settling in, right? Like in the first couple of minutes, your adrenaline's high up, you're in that moment, but now you see him, he's able to land the strikes that he wants, able to go high, able to go low, able to see what his opponent's doing, able to read it all out. And now you see his opponent, KM Intro, he's already in the back foot. So what can KM Intro to answer back? He needs to find a way to just see what his opponent's gonna do. He's able to land those body shots a little bit more, but in this phone booth, it's all been Fran.
Oof, exchange right there. And don't forget the power that you have with Usman. You know, stat-wise, you can't help but feel that Fran's at a disadvantage. Different move set and different animation set that might help, but when Intro's playing this solid game of exchanging, oh, lovely ducking right uppercut into the three-piece there as well. As lovely work. And Intro doesn't need a ton of shots, you know, because of that power advantage. And there, more work. Fran struggling on the outside here.
Just what the doctor needed, right? Gets the duck, gets the uppercut, and that opens up a whole bunch of avenues for Intro to land on his opponent. But for Fran, it's up to him. What can he learn from this last couple of seconds of the first round? Can he find a way to answer back and get the strikes? But those moves, those slits, the head movement from Intro, able to land. And you can see already the fractured face of Fran on his fighter. That's not going to be any well spotted in this second round here, babe.
Yeah, you thought that right hand might have done a little bit more damage right there, but still landed pretty tough. Backs up Fran for a second right there. Shots like that are going to work for Intro, slipping and ripping on the inside, and that's kind of what's letting him hold the center. But now Fran catches a leg, pushes to the cage. Let's see if Fran can use this a little bit, keep the pressure on, try and get those combinations going, because off the back foot, just planted right now. Intro is just nailing Fran every time he steps in.
Yeah, and that was smart for Fran. Able to get his opponents back to the cage. But when you get to the center of the octagon, it's been Intro's world. Allow him to reintroduce himself. He has creative striking out the woodwork, and he's able to put it on Fran. even though you're a champion in other promotions, when you get to the ESFL, it's a whole different level. It's a whole different type of pressure. And with head kicks like that, you can just feel it. The nerves are coming in when you get that first rock. And now Intro, how can he capitalize? How can he implement more of the ducking, maybe the body shots? Because every time Fran goes in, body shot in, pushes him a little bit and disrupts his momentum every single time here, Bane.
Yeah, usually against Usman, you want to get ahead and stay ahead. And right now, Fran is behind, and Intro can kind of just camp as this indomitable wall right in front of you and just keep pot shotting you, keep chipping you down and exchanging with the power advantage. And Fran now off the back foot, feeling that a little bit. Has to slip and find something right now. It's going to be hard for you to just land, a normal combination, given that your opponent has slipped a lot. You've got to try and slip and counter their shots and throw something a little different from the game plan that you've been using so far. Red lungs though on Intro right there. You got to imagine. I think that nose is busted. Oh, there's a straight right though. That was perfectly ranged and timed and absolutely crushed Fran's nose as well.
He stayed too long in the phone booth. He stayed too long and he got punished for it. Absolutely. But for Intro, again, the red lungs, maybe the body shots did a little bit more than what we saw in the previous couple of moments. But for Fran, he still needs to answer back. He still has to press forward. Maybe do a little bit more point fighting. Maybe try to fence his opponent a little bit. Because if he goes to a slugfest into a slobber knocker, Intro has that in space with Usman. But right now, this is the fumble. You can't stay too fully in there, babe.
Yeah, I think Fran's got to slip and try and counter that straight right with something. Just find something to switch momentum back around the other way, because just point fighting in this boxing range is it's not happening for Fran right now. Just getting picked apart, winning some exchanges, but Intro just has a stat advantage. There's a lovely takedown. Not much time left in the round. Good rotation off the kick catch there as well, but straight back to the knees, and Intro might get an easy get up against the cage right here. Fran's going to let him up anyway as they go back to it with 30 seconds left in the second.
See, I get why he went to the back to the center, but I would love to see what he does in the ground game. Maybe that's the avenue where you get this kind of victory or try to get some damage or get your opponent, because we saw what happens in the striking. Intro was able to get some rocks, able to get some striking. I would just love to see a little bit more of the ground game to see if he could challenge them that way, because in this second round, you have to say Intro has been killing it so far.
Yeah, definitely, man. Intro kind of commanding the striking on the feet. There's some shots landing. You can't say Fran's not landing shots, and he's landing that straight down the middle. He's really busted up the nose of Intro, but it's just one of those things. If they just keep exchanging, you've got to favor, the Kingsman right here, because he's got that stamina and he's got the health and he's got the power. So we'll see what Fran can do as we've got one more round to decide it. Once more time, step back, straight right, then the combinations, just waiting for the head movement every single time there. Still on the feet though is Fran.
And you know what happened there? He saw the block gauge get low for Intro, and he said, okay, this is my one moment, my one opportunity to at least get a rock on my opponent. But he stayed too close in, and Intro was able to land a combination to rock his opponent when he had such low stamina. And right now, for Fran, he probably needs to do a little bit more of that. He's able to get some strikes, but those running front kicks like that, Fran set it up, getting knocked down. No way, can he come back? But now we're going to the rock game. A huge knockdown for Fran right there, Bray.
Damn, man. I mean, all it takes is one little two-piece like that. Rear uppercut, left hook, sat the man down, and he smelled blood in the water now. We'll see what Fran can do with it. 3 minutes left in this round. There's one knockdown. He's going to need a little bit more than that.
Yeah, proven champion. I mean, he knows what to do in these last moments. But right now, Intro, again, every one or two shots already disrupts that blockade so much. So you see Fran, he's pressuring forward. He's peppering those shots. He wants to get close.
He's got to watch the slip and roll with the right hand. Intro's cracked him multiple times with that. And if he keeps pressuring with that double jab, he'll slip and roll it.
Just 1-2, pause, let him react, and then go for the kill shot. Don't automatically go for the kill shot right there. It was a nice hook, but right now, just get that blockade slow, but watch out for the stamina right there.
These two are just trading right now. It's crazy. Intro feels like it won't take much to just sit him down one more time. Everything is hurting the block and bleeding through. The head health is low. But for Fran right here, he's in a dangerous spot as well. That straight right. He tried to slip and right.
He tried to go for it. Yo, Intro, he's on the back foot. He's scared to do a slip, because if he gets caught one time, he probably gets knocked out. And overhand, not really getting the full effect of it. But Intro, he could go for a big shot. He still has plenty of time, but he's on the back foot. He needs to get some respect against Fran right now.
Man, this is so close. I mean, Fran has seen all of the weapons of Intro and is now just trying to pay attention to him, but Intro is just trying to force it. The block gauge is so low. That jab is doing so much damage. Just the jab on the block. Intro's not moving his head enough.
Do you see that? But you just see that one jab. It already took so much of that block gauge.
Oh.
If he just lands like a 3-piece combination, he might get his opponent down. Both guys going for the uppercut, and guess who wins? Usman wins that in spades, and he's getting a knockdown there.
He slipped though. He's still in it, but I don't know if he'll be able to get back to the feet. And you got to think maybe Intro is winning it on points here. Who knows?
Oh man.
Crazy job to get the slip right uppercut in there and sit the man down. But what a crazy back and forth fight. Chat's going crazy for this one. I love it.
That was an insane round. Both guys said, you know what, let's just go for it. Both guys went for both uppercuts, but just one was able to get the reactionary time. Maybe he stood for it, and maybe Fran was going forward. But look at that. That takedown in the second round could have been a game changer for Fran, but he was still able to answer with a right hook, but it's just back and forth. And we'll have to see how it goes to the judges' scorecards.
Yeah, I mean, this could be pretty close. I feel like Intro may have taken it.
Well, we're going to hear Bruce Buffer.
All three judges score this
Heard
contest
Dean's hands.
30-27 with a winner by unanimous
30-27.
Kamaru!
There we go. Intro with the win there. Someone in chat predicted Kingsman picking up a W tonight. Good job for that man. First win this season, 1-1 now against the debut in Fran, who had a lot of support. Kings, I think a lot of people wanted to see Fran do well.
Yeah, for his first showing, I mean, he was a tough competitor, right? He was able to get hit, able to get rocked, but he was able to come back up and have a chance in that third round. 30-27, I felt like Intro, with what he was doing in the early rounds, laying the groundwork, worked so well. 30-18 overall in significant strikes. Both guys had a knockdown, but the key stat is 4 stuns to 1. The constant pressure, the constant consistency of Intro with his striking was able to prove the more favorable in the eyes of the judges. So kudos for Intro for getting that victory, but also kudos for Fran for putting on an excellent fight there too, baby.
Yeah, those 4 stuns, they will definitely add up. And it was good timing. I mean, they came at opportune moments as well to get those rounds locked in. So good job for Intro right there. Tough old fight. I love it. For a debut as well to see. All right, moving on. We have a lightweight matchup coming up next against 2 guys who have competed a little bit so far this season. We've got Envy's Ginga, or I think it's Ginger. Ginger, as they're saying it. And BFAP's Jakey as well. Bill Frankel picks a team that we do still see here and about. Both guys have had a somewhat up and down season. But Kingsley, we're going over to lightweight. Look at this as a potential matchup that we might see in the future. I like it.
Yeah, I love the Makachev pack, but I don't really know much about Armin, but the fact that he's able to be in this and we're seeing new fighters in, I'm super excited. But going back to the fighters, Jinja, he lost to Paps in ESFL 151, lost to Conte, but picked up his first win against Webcam that we just saw have an excellent victory in his last fight. But with Jakey, he is a long-time member of the ESFL. He knows what to do. He lost to EasyWork on his path to the mountain, but he also lost to his teammate Trixie, so he's on the back burner now. He wants to get he defeated Trixie, so right now both guys are coming off a win. Who's going to continue that momentum in this fight here, babe?
Yeah, all right, let's see what the game plan is for both men. Ginger already there, kind of standing right in front of him, trying to slip and rip to the body, which is a little crazy. Long frame on the Hachev. You can make good use of it. It's what Jake's going for here tonight. Already pushed his man to the fence to see if there's any wrestling that comes out. Just a nice 1-2 in the orthodox as well here from Jakey. There's the level change. Lovely. Oh, good job, though. Just about defended it.
Even though he committed to the strike, he go with its perfect timing, able to see the defending. Maybe that's a little bit of film tape, a little bit of lab work of just seeing what his opponent likes to do. That was very clean to see. As he goes for another takedown again, but another denial once again. This guy is no joke when it comes to denial. So already we're seeing a different type of pace when it comes to striking, but also a lot more takedowns getting denied here. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, the fact that both men are still thinking about the ground game, that's good to see. That step in elbow nicely set up, but I think Jakey saw it come in, adds an extra 3-piece on that combination right there. No one's really landed anything yet. Lovely level change as well. The speed of the takedown level changes has improved with the recent patch, and it's really nice to see because they are a bit smoother and a bit easier to set up and a bit more surprising. But right now, both guys looking defensively good.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like if I was playing against a ranked opponent that would take me down just like that, I feel like I would have no reaction time. Like, these hands would get slow, but when it goes to the ESFL, you have to train for this. You have to prepare for this every single time for moments like that. And for Jakey B, going for 3 straight takedowns and not really getting one, that has to lead to your confidence getting weighed a little bit. But right now, it's all about the striking. So far, I like what Ginger does. He knows he has the jabs. He loves to come in, but with combinations like that, he's able to get against his opponent.
You're going to say Jakey B just dictating things with the jab, but stuff like that from Ginger is going to score points. Nice exchanges. And he can just time Jakey B's jab. As soon as he finished jabbing, he's just planting his feet in front of him and not following up with anything. So Ginger was just able to chain his offense off that as well. Let's see what Jakey B does after the jab lands. Because Ginger's really just waiting on him right there. Slip to the inside and gets a takedown. Great work.
Anyone else will either go for a hook or a straight. This guy goes for a takedown. You know that he has a good submissions. He wants to go for those submissions and able to take his opponent off kilter. But right now, going into a submission tip right here, the arm triangle.
Right into it.
Able to get already halfway. And right now, Ginger, you don't want to be in a situation against Ginger in this moment. But Jakey B needs to find an answer back as soon as possible.
Yeah, Jakey B just, maybe he thought something else was going to happen, but Ginger just went straight for the arm triangle and he got it right there. Some stamina damage is going to happen. Now the DAS.
Oh, wow.
Let's see if Jakey B defends this time. Struggle, and defended there. Well done on the up transition, the end of the round.
Now, if you're Jakey B, after going for 3 straight takedowns, getting denied, and then getting taken down, and also almost getting submitted, that has to change up your whole game plan for the second round. You need to go for more combinations, more strikes, maybe go on a little bit defensive, maybe try to gain a little bit more range against Ginger, because Ginger has all the confidence in the world going in the second round here, babe.
Yeah, 100%. He can get another one of those takedowns. That'll definitely help him as well. He landed the better combinations on the feet. Jakey was being a bit more tactical and technical with the striking, but right now he's just planting himself in front of him. Oh, Jakey B. You mentioned he has to change the game plan. He seems completely out of his headspace right now because he's just jabbing into striking range and leaving his feet right there every single time, walking into damage, and Ginger taking full advantage of it.
He went from 3-dimensional to 2D easily. Like, it was a reverse live action film as he tried to go for takedowns and strikes. Now he's only left one option, and that's striking. And right now the pulls from Ginger almost working to his benefit, but the rocks, the combinations, it just seems like Ginger has the benefit of working against his opponent.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is just a bit of a tactical error right here from Jakey. Maybe now he can get the reaction of him stepping in. He can do something with it, but standing toe-to-toe and just absorbing these shots is not working out for him. I think he's trying to force some exchanges like this. That was good work. A great work there by Ginger. Slips 2 hooks and this time gets the power double. I mean, that was just super impressive and exactly what you want to do in that kind of a situation.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is where Ginger wants to be, right? He wants to be on the ground game. He had so much success in that last part of the first round. So just work on the body, make him make the first move, go to a backside right here. And Jakey B, you want to go to a full guard, you want to go to a sprawl, but going for a get up right here, try to change it up, gets it nice now. But right now, this is where he needs to capitalize. He needs to find a way to be more proactive and get his combinations flowing, because Ginger, he has all the confidence in the world right now.
Yeah, definitely. Jakey B, the game plan, I'm not entirely sure what it is. It definitely revolves around this jab, but it just seems to be getting him into more danger than it's helping him. Now he's backing up. You're losing the block and the stamina. Ginger putting these combos together. Jakey has done a lot of damage to that block by pushing forward and backing his man up, like right here. He's been able to do this a few times, get a few shots going when Ginger's just fading backwards, but it's big combinations from Ginger every time.
Absolutely, and Ginger answering with an uppercut, but one thing we saw for Jakey B, he tried to go for an overhand. I don't know if that was a panic shot or trying to get his opponent like caught sleeping, but right now answering back. Gets a nice pull, but not able to fully answer with it. With 1 minute to go in the second round, Ginger a little bit more on the back foot, and you can see that stamina kind of even, but it seems like he's using a lot more of it. He's able to answer back, but he needs to keep up with the combinations here, Bay.
Yeah, definitely. He's throwing, and he's trying to keep the output high. There's a right hook that lands. It's only after he gets the 1-2 and then Ginger misses his combinations that he's able to really get anything going offensively. But even there, he's got so little stamina he has to block up just by sort of getting the head movement and the slips going. He can't return the offense anymore. This is kind of slowing Ginger down, though, a little bit. A lot of big whiffs and misses on hooks like that. And now we're going to check the cut, I think, here.
Yeah, we see the cut.
Round. Oh, my bite. I thought it was the end. It was a cut.
Well, hey,
my bad.
Third round. You know, this fight has been very interesting and kind of puts everyone in a different headspace. But now for Ginger, can he continue? He had some of the momentum going into the second round, but right now, I feel like Jakey B has kind of found an answer, right? Going pressure, being aggressive, disrupting the blockades a little bit more, as he's doing right now. But he's taking so much time that his stamina is low, and it enters back by Ginger with a nice combination, able to get the striking. But he needs to keep going for the gusto. He needs to keep pressing forward because he might be down 2 rounds here, babe.
Yeah, it's kind of a crazy fight because, you know, Jakey B's just sort of thrown his head into the fist of his opponent, but somehow he's kind of winning this fight right now. I don't know. Ginger's not been able to finish him. Mahachev's got some good stats, and Jakey B has managed to stay consistent and is now pulling out the offense of Ginger and gets a lovely judo throw counter takedown right there that's going to help him. Finally has top position. Let's see what he can do with it.
Yeah, but I don't know if you want to say here, right? Because you almost got submitted in the first round. You're not really having, like, the greatest of outings in the ground game. If I was him, I would stand back up. Like, even though you got hit with a rock, you could have a chance to disrupt that block cage. I feel the aggressiveness as he goes. Stand up, disrupt the block cage. You have your opponent's back to the cage. He can't really fully move. Just pound your opponent with your fist and just see what you could do. And try to deny these takedowns, but he can't again because Ginger is skillfully getting it done.
Yeah, it was a nice takedown, and he didn't have a lot of stamina. I'm surprised that one came off, but Jakey just not able to stop it. This has been a tough round to score as well so far, and we've only got half of it left. Doesn't feel like too much has happened, so we'll have to see. I mean, I don't know who's up on the cards right now. Ginger might be up 2-0, but the last half of that second round and some of this third round looks like it has been about Jakey B. And they're at the point right now, they're both so low, someone might still get knocked out. So, there's a right hand and a rear uppercut. Left hook on the way down. Not enough to finish him off, though.
Yeah, but he's smelling it. He's smelling the blood in the water. He knows that he has his opponent hurt multiple times. He just needs to keep it up. He doesn't need to change out of his game plan. He just needs to keep in his own lane right here. Meanwhile, Jakey B, he needs to swerve. He needs to do like loop-de-loops. He needs to get out of the lane and try to throw everything he can against his opponent. With pulls like that, he's getting so close, but just not enough stamina to answer back here, babe.
Oh, man, both guys are really trying to finish this fight right now. Jakey B just pouring out the stamina. As the full counter's coming out, there's got to be a takedown. There we go. I think he might want to just hold top position and ride the rest of this fight out. Jakey B found a way back in this fight. I mean, it's surprising that it's ending as close as it is because it looked for a moment there that it was not close at all.
Yeah, absolutely. It seemed like it might be a blowout or maybe a huge knockout, even a submission, but with Ginger able to just disrupt the wave of momentum for Jakey B, able to like ruin his game plan in a matter of the first 2 minutes of the first round. This has to be a clean, fulfilling win for Ginger.
I keep thinking they're going to check the cut, but like they just keep stopping the round, I guess. But all right, here we go. That is the end of the fight. Well played by both men. A good back and forth contest. It felt like that first round got away from Jakey, and then the second round he didn't start very well. Brought it back towards the end of the second and then the third. It was a competitive fight by the third round as well. Both men just going to war. You know, I think it's a second decision tonight so far.
I think so, but for Ginger, who possibly will get the victory here, as we hear from Bruce Buffer, let's actually confirm that first.
The judges scored the contest 29-28, 30-27, 29-28. Declaring the winner by unanimous
2 rounds to 1 seems sensible.
Okay.
There we go. Ginger gets the win. Moves to 2-2 this season so far. That's a win over Webcam and now a win over Bill Frankel Pix's Jakey. He'll be happy with that one as well. You know, Jakey obviously been a long-time staff member. You know, respect to him. Unfortunately, not getting the job done tonight. Good fight, though, and very, very competitive towards the end. Almost found a way to claw it back in that one. But Ginger gets the win tonight. And we'll move to 2-1. Going to be happy with that one, Kings.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, with a performance like that, that's what he wanted to do, right? He saw the game plan that Jakey B was going to do, able to disrupt it in the first 2 minutes, and then implement his submission game that he knows that he's really good at. And when he saw Jakey try to get a little bit of momentum back, able to climb in and disrupt the blockades, he was like, okay, you're using a lot of your stamina. I'm going to take what you give me and just rock you and disrupt everything. And then when he felt like the stamina was getting low, where he wasn't able to do a lot of it, take down, get your opponent to the ground and make sure you keep him there so you at least seal the victory and show that you have a dominant 2-win fight streak coming your way. So for Jinja, this is only going up and up. Maybe we'll see him in the main card for future Xbox ESFL cards in the future. But for Jakey, it's back to the drawing board and see what he could do next.
All right, hell yeah. Right, let's move on to the next fight tonight as well. Still plenty more to come. And still a bunch of good ones coming up. We've got God Ate My Pig coming back. Mixie, a.k.a. God Ate My Pig. 1-0 so far this season, taking on another guy that's 1-0. 2 guys inside the top 20 in the world right now. Going in at middleweight, we've got Mixie, God Ate My Pig, looking like he's picking up Porotan against the Sean Strickland pickup of Kriltz, I believe.
So maybe this is a new season and they want to start fresh from all the success they had before. I mean, for Pablo Grips, able to have amazing fights in the previous iterations of ESFL and previous seasons as well. Guy McPay, he's a former ESFL champion. So for both guys to get a fresh start and be undefeated from the get-go, this is going to be an excellent matchup to see. For Crits, aggressive, unorthodox kicks and a very much impressive fight. Very excellent in this kind of situation versus the Sean Strickland and Alex Pereira fight. While Guy McPick, we know that he has solid ground game, solid striking. It'll be interesting to see what game plan is implemented in this first round. As already see, the phone booth range is kind of being implemented here, Bay.
Oof, I saw that left hook coming out as well from God Ate My Pig straight away. Long teeps also being utilized. But let's see how Pablo deals with the long-range attack here of God Ate My Pig as he's chaining that left hook over and over again. There was a one that went up high nicely as well, but you know, Pablo can take advantage of that and gets a takedown as well. Let's see if he's going to grapple here, and he's going to get side control. All right.
Wow. He's like, no, you're going to stay to the ground. I don't care what you're trying to do, just stand up. I'm going to take you to the ground. I'm going to get side control. I'm going to do whatever I want, and I'm just going to stand back up. I just want to put that in your head, that letting you know that you need to defend the takedowns, or else I'm going to ruin your whole fight. But right now, for Guy My Pig, for Alex Pereira, he's getting some strikes, but he needs to be very careful. We've seen too many fighters on this card use a lot of their stamina and get punished for it absolutely. So for a head kick like there, that's what you need to do. Capitalize on the mistakes and you will get success.
Yeah, I mean, just forcing these shots to land right now as Pablo grips with Sean Strickland. Just throwing everything out there. That head kick was really, really well timed and well predicted as well. That's the only way that thing landed. Like the ducking rear right uppercut here as well. There's been some right hands that have snuck through. The left hook, though, from God Ate My Pig is the danger zone. There's that front leg push kick. Lots of cage control from Pablo. Really trying to push back constantly. God Ate My Pig left hooks. Traded for a right hand, though.
Absolutely. Kenny Loggins would be proud of this fight because there's so much danger zone in this fight. They're all setting up all these clean strikes, right? The jabs, the body shots, the body kicks. It's all going to lead to a home run hit. This is all just set up for the later rounds where you get enough damage and then you could go for the home run hit. We know flying knees, we know overhands, we know head kicks could come out the woodwork in the later amount of minutes. But right now, just keeping it calm, trying to see what their opponent can give out. But so far, very back and forth here, Bang.
Man, good teeps now as well from God Ate My Pig, really helping him control this fight. And just showing a weapon on the outside and also mixing it up. That was a long lead overhand that landed as well. Inside leg kick into the straight. The head health now ticking down, and that's going to be a big amount. Rear leg body kick into the roundhouse to the turning side kick. Jesus. And then more punches at the feet right now. The block is almost completely broken away. And just as it looked like it was even, there's a humongous amount of damage that is landed on Pablo Grips. God Ate My Pig definitely securing this first round with that little flurry at the end there.
How insane is that for Guy My Pig? He goes for an overhand that even though his opponent pulled, he's still able to hit that. And then he goes backwards, lands a front kick because his opponent's going forward, and then lands it again in succession. That is absolutely a momentum builder. Oh, head kick! You can't do it in that range because he will ruin your whole day. You need to be careful of the kicks. So far, if this is any inclination of how the fight's going to go, sign me up. Put me on the roller coaster. I'm ready for this right here, babe.
Man, it's so impressive the way he can read that, because it's not like, oh, he's throwing the kick, I'm going to counter. He knows the kick is coming. He pre-throws that kick, and it's just really, really smart every single time. So where to steal a rock back at the end of the round. The recovery is going to be good for Strickland. Let's see what he can do here. Pablo grips, finding an uphill battle after taking some damage in that first round, but there's a right uppercut, walking his way into the inside boxing range. And rear
oh my God,
again. Counters the kicks there of God Ate My Pig as he's trying to throw those off the back foot. And it looks like Pablo adjusting the game plan. Comes the hands back as well from God Ate My Pig. Wow.
Just so, well, while we're having a little bit of difficulties, so many crazy. Oh, it's so fast that we can't even see it. But so far, we're back into action. I was gonna say for Strickland to constantly barrage his opponent with strikes, able to land so many stuff. It was working so well for God Ate My Pig. I feel like a fighting must be coming out very soon, right? He needs to come back on a. I think he got a rock against Pablo Grips. If I'm not sure, there was a whole barrage of stuff happening. But so far, it's still anybody's fighting here. As we see a straight, simply put on the button of the nose and knock him down again.
That was so impressive to get off the back foot under all that pressure. To find the space to land that straight right was awesome. And completely swings the momentum back the other way. Now Pablo Grips marching God Ate My Pig down, who's still doing big damage, but has to be aware. Oh, wow.
Shouts to Wilson Rabbits and Pool Party. Holy moly, dude. Are you kidding me? Both guys are swinging for the fences, and it's all about who's going to get the one mistake, who's going to get the one capitalization on this whole fight, because it's been absolutely insane here, babe.
Oh, man. Oh. I feel like that right hand could have come out right there. You can see the release. Left hook wraps around the back of the right hand. The pull counter keeps him in it, and he ducks under the follow-up damage as well. God Ate My Pig gets a rock. Not able to finish right here as Pablo Grips wobbling on the back foot, hits the two that rocked him earlier. But God Ate My Pig still marching forward. One dictating the damage, but leans into that uppercut. And here comes Pablo refusing to fall back an inch, man, just chucking the offense.
God bless the new pass, because if you want to get nuts, let's get nuts. That's what these guys are saying in this octagon right now. The head movement, the overheads, the head kicks, the body shots, counter after counter after counter into a takedown right there to slow the pace down. If your heart rate is up, we're going to take it down. And no, actually, screw it. 1 minute left. Let's go crazy again.
Almost into that uppercut right now. This could be the end. This is a really bad situation for Pablo. Right up against the fence, against the longer striker. He just doesn't want to throw that head kick because he knows the counter's coming, but it feels like it's there. Sticking to the boxing now. The desperate head movement from Pablo.
If he ducks under, I feel like a finding is coming. Like, there has to be something dangerous. There's always something happening in the last 20 seconds because you feel like you're not in danger moves. But right now, I just feel like one big shot could be landed here. With an uppercut like that, that could have been right there. 7 seconds left till the end. Can he get the finish? He can't there, babe. This is crazy.
Yeah, man. I mean, he got crushed by that right hand in close right there. Just leaned into the left hook, excuse me, and buckled him as we go to a third and final round, man. Such a close fight between these two. Way more competitive than I thought anyone thought it was going to be, or as close as it's going to be. Both two veterans just gunslinging the left hook right there. One more time, sits him down. This might be it. Here comes the ground and pound, and there we go. The TKO, God Ate My Pig, getting the job done just about. Against Pablo Grips, man. What a close freaking fight, man. Whoa.
Hell of a fight. God Ate My Pig did such an amazing job. But the key moment, it was still anybody's fight in that third round, but the key moment is that when Sean Strickland got too aggressive, when Pablo thought he could get the kill in his sights, he lost too much stamina, and all it took was one shot to go into the left hook and able to get this ground and pound situation. And you can see blocking so much, blocking was slow. All he had to do was let it go one more time, and that was going to be all she wrote, and that's what sealed it for God Ate My Pig. Mixie 2-0 in the ESFL in this new season. Good job for both competitors.
Yeah, man. I mean, great fight. Where to come back and where to stay in it from both guys as well. But the win will go to God Ate My Pig right there as well with the new name. So fantastic fight. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. These are just flying through tonight, aren't they? Really, really competitive back and forth. People are enjoying the new patch, I think, and some good head movement on display. But let's go to another striking matchup right now between JC21, used to get called The Kid, was the youngest ESFL champion to date. I don't think he's that young anymore, but this is how it goes. He's against that boy Mixie, which is mix-ups also from the Built Ankle Picks team. BFAP taking on JC21. Should be a great fight. Both guys 2-2 at welterweight here.
Yeah, if you thought that last fight was insane, this fight is going to be double that, possibly. There's potential for it, because for JC21, we know that he was the youngest champ in the ESFL, but now he's become a crafty veteran. He is aggressive, he is dirty, he is scrappy, dirty boxing, kickboxing, you name it, he's going for it. But for mix-up, he's all about the heavy pressure. He has good clinch game, and when he goes to the ground, he has dangerous submissions. So a Jeff Hill versus Jorge Masvidal, this is a matchup between striking boxing versus grappling and kickboxing. Interested to see how game plans go forward, because this match is about to turn up here, babe.
All right, here we go. Two strikers. Jeff Neal, the new pick. Let's see how they utilize him right here. Mixie trying to put some pressure on. JC21 has to manage distance well with Masvidal. Also got to manage that gas tank. But you can get some really nice combinations off with Masvidal, and you have some really powerful kicks as well that you really should try and utilize. But it's about picking your moments with Masvidal, not forcing the offense. Same kind of thing can be said of Mixie. So a really interesting sort of sniper battle here between these two strikers.
Yeah, and already you're just seeing like the slips coming out, because you know you can't just stay in the center and just keep on blocking, because they're going to disrupt that every single time. So it's all about who's going to slip to the wrong way, and make it a 50-50 matchup where one clean strike will land, but a knee to the body, that would change things up a little bit. But right now, it's just like you don't want to be in this situation with JC21. Dirty boxing is the name of the game, and he will open up his opponent whenever he wants. But body shots like that from Mixie, that it works so well. And right now, I think we're going to see a whole pattern of this, babe.
Yeah, he's just rolling underneath and cracking that liver side with the left hook. So just really good use of the southpaw stance right there. And to just take away that right hand anytime JC21 throws that straight right. Left hook to the body will be there if he can roll underneath. JC just has to recognize that. And I'd like to see him use some kicks to the body, man. I mean, like, that's a big weapon you've got, especially off that lead leg. You got that switch kick from Masvidal. It feels like the body is right there to be hit.
Yeah, you don't want him to be too stubborn, right? You want him to like adapt in the situation, because right now the slaps will cause so much damage. The clinch, the knees, he needs to block low, because right now the striking, the body shots, and the slipping is working so perfectly for mix-ups right now.
Yeah, I mean, JC21 seems like he's trying to just step in and slip and trade, and he's lost that battle a few times now. I wonder if there'll be an adjustment to the game plan, or if he's going to just keep continuing to try and have this toe-to-toe slugfest that Mix is just getting the advantage of. You know, he's getting the better of these exchanges, he's rolling better, and he's countering, and he's also rocked him twice now.
It rocked him twice, but not only that, he's making a miss. Every time he's stuck down under, every time he's pulling, he is making JC21 miss every single time. There's no amount of offense that JC21 is getting forward to his opponent. And with 1 minute left, he needs to chase things up. Leg kicks, body shots, anything. Because right now, Hehan ain't the move, because he will get rocked for a third time like that. And this might be a first round knock here, babe.
What a finish this would be if he can get it finished. Nice job by JC21, but the way he stepped in with a slip inside rear uppercut off that jab and then cracked him with the two-piece combination to drop him. I mean, that was really well played by Mix. Looking real dominant. Someone's been playing Jeff Neal, I think.
Yeah, and you get a new fighter, he's like, ooh, this new toy, he's still shiny. No one knows how to defend against him, and it's working so well. The cost of the unknown. But for JC21, going to the second round, I hope he takes a moment. Like, he doesn't skip through the cutscenes, he doesn't skip through the replays. Actually take your time to recenter yourself, because right now that round could be the worst as it possibly could be. Total strike, significant knockdowns, all in favor of mix-ups. Take this moment, recenter yourself, come up with a new game plan, because right now you can't jump right in and take the same amount of damage that you've been taking so far here, babe.
Yeah, 100%, man. I mean, I think some people in the chat are calling for it as well, asking for the kicks. We'll see if he can mix it up. The point is, though, I think he's already taken too much. That's a bit of the problem. I mean, he has inflicted some, so maybe he can still pull this back. But to sit on the outside right now and try and land the kicks, if he gets hit with some of those hooks, probably going to be real dangerous. So wouldn't be surprised if we see JC stick to the boxing, but he's got to get some stuff in there, some flying knees. I mean, he's got to find some slip hooks to try and win his way back into this fight.
Yeah, he landed the uppercut, which was nice, but what's the follow-up? Because right now, slipping, so nice. Body, he's just like Mix-Ups is in his back. He's mixing up the pressure. He's mixing up the striking. It's working so well for him. And he gets another rock. Like, you can't stay center. You get hit with uppercuts like that, and that could be all she roll. It is all she roll. Mix-Ups going 3-2 there, babe. What a dominant performance.
There we go. Real dominant performance right there. Mix-Ups. I think he just had the number of JC21, really. JC21 trying to go for that pull counter game plan, that real, I'm going to slip your offense and counter from here. And I think Mix-Ups just read it like a book, had all the answers, and also sort of really used that strategy against him in the worst possible way, waiting for those shots, baiting them out, and then countering those counter shots and really punishing the body hard, and also putting some nice combinations together. So fantastic performance by Mix-Ups there. Looked really, really good, and recently moved from that Kingsman camp to built for ankle picks, and I'm sure they're glad to have him there. Moves to 3-2.
Yeah, the combinations were deadly. The duck and under, making his opponent miss. Attacking the bite, go straight up to the head. That was his cleanest move of the fight. And if he could bring that cleanness to the next couple of fights, we might see him in the co-main event and maybe reach up to the rankings to get a title contendership shot. Because if he's putting on combinations like that and he's defeating former champs like that, the sky's the limit for that guy. But I'm excited to see what the rest of the card got for us here, babe.
Definitely, man. Yeah, it should be a great, couple of fights watching that man and what he does next. But let's see how things are going to play out now between the young prodigy, as he used to be known, Mr. Zyaf. 2-2 so far this season. Not had the best time, but also fought some top guys, Fadanator and EK Warrior, who are both fighting later on tonight. Coming in, the number 9 guy in the world, Zyaf, is taking on the number 13, Zay, here tonight in a battle of the Z's. 2 wins apiece for these guys, also 2 losses. So great fight here at welterweight, Kingsley.
Zay, Zyaf, Zebra. I'm trying to think of other Z words to describe this fight, but it's going to be hard. I'm going to need to look at a dictionary later. But for Zyaf, this is, I call this last fight against Noada. He had a point to prove. He was on a high being intro, and then he lost to Fadanator and EK Warrior, as you said. But going against Noada, he had a point to prove. This is another fight that he has to prove against Zay, because Zay has great reads, he has sneaky wrestling, and he has good distance management. He lost to Dirty Dave in his last fight at ESFL 157, so he's looking to put a name for himself. With both guys, even though they have high caliber technique in displays, Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman, these guys are super hungry to move up the rankings and show that they belong to be in the upper echelon. So with this fight, with these fighters, we've seen this two times in real life. I'm excited to see the third one in the ESFL Octagon here, babe.
We have seen this 3 times in real life, bro.
3 times? Has it been 3? Oh man, you know what? This is why I got you here for a historian. Because I just remember that headshot
guys.
at the London fight.
All right, here we go. These 2 are hungry, surely. Sure, Zyaf recently, he made the trip to Canada with a few other people. So he had his hands on his patch a little early. We'll see how it favors him. The stamina, the head movements, the slips have all been added. There's a nice little combination right there, ending with that body kick. Seems to be part of the game plan right now for Zyaf. But Zay wants to stay right in his face, it looks like, and make things difficult to land that body kick.
I was wondering when he was going to try to go for the headshot. He already did it in a couple of sequences, but you can't do it too close. Ooh. Oh, but good slip into the body. Both guys are just slugging it in the phone booth, not really backing away except Zyaf. But Zyaf needs to be very careful. Hooks, go into your back to the cage, needs to watch out for the slips, because right now this is very dangerous. You see the damage that he's still on the head of Zyaf.
Yeah, I mean, this is just like strike juggling right now from Zay. It's just perfect, like snap, pop, snap. You know, all of the most annoying and most effective strikes. Oh, yes, oh my God. Completely changes the momentum. Wow, Zyaf needed that because Zay was finding a flow right there and just almost trapping him against the cage, just landing shot after shot. Well done from Zyaf, pulls that out. And now slips straight lead hook, nice work. And another lead hook, this time gets ducked underneath by Zay, but great fight so far.
Among the chaos, he just leads a sneaky uppercut to the face of, oh my goodness, a huge flapjack takedown for Usman, for Zay. And that's a momentum change he needs, because he needs to make sure that he's not getting caught by sneaky uppercuts or sneaky strikes from Leon Edwards. So in the ground game, change it up, but you can't get countered like that. You need to find a way to change up the momentum, and right now Zyaf having the field day with 2 minutes left here, babe.
Yeah, this is great. I mean, one place you don't want to be with Zyaf is on the ground. He is very good down there as well, but let's see how Much damage he can get off. Postures up here at the end of the round. Oh, these are all classic ground and pound.
Oh my God.
Every single one of them landed. And I just told you don't want to be down here with Zyaf, and he shows why immediately. Just drilled him through the canvas. And I feel like Zay was doing all right. Zay got that takedown, you know. Zay had him against the fence, but Zyaf just lands every bit of that ground and pound.
I'm just saying, Zyaf, I said he had a point to prove. After those 2 losses back to back, he was like, you know what, bump that. Noeta, gone. Zay, gone. He is back to his prime form. He wants to show the people, like, all right, you might think that Zay might be the up-and-comer. No, I am still here. I want to get another chance at the title. And with performance like that, quick decision TKOs, that's what Zyaf needs. And now that he's 3-2, I'm excited to see just the sneaky shots, the uppercuts, the slipping away. Even though he had his back to the octagon, he was able to put it against his opponent and make his opponent miss and get the vicious knockdown. So I'm excited to see what Zyaf does in the next fight. But for Zay, tough result. He's back-to-back losses. Hopefully he gets back up and fights someone more that's ready for his caliber. But man, what a powerful result for Zyaf.
Yeah, I mean, that's a little upsetting there for Zay. He's obviously trained for that fight for a while, gets to fight Zyaf. I'm sure he's looking forward to it, had planned for it, and was doing really well to get hit with that uppercut. And then to also have the fight end in the first round like that, you got to feel like he didn't get to fight the way he wanted to fight. But it happens. Zyaf landed some amazing ground and pound. And there we go. Gets a win back. Moves to 3-2 this season. I'm sure we'll see him back soon as well. But we have only got 3 fights left for you guys this evening now. 3 amazing fights, though. So we're going to run it through the division. Here we go. We have Elite Kings' Warrior, someone who's had some great wins this season. Gone 3-1. Number 5 in the rankings is taking on number 4's Built for Ankle Picks team member, Dirty Dave 859. 3-1 for Dirty Dave. 2-1 for EK Warrior, number 5 versus number 4 Kingsley. These 2 men are going in at featherweight, and they have a hell of a lot of credentials behind them, as well as their records right now.
Absolutely. Top 5 matchup in the Xbox rankings. We see an ESFL live biggest bet in the top 8 for EK Warrior. He is a high-level striker. He's patient. He is well-rounded. He's been around the block in the ESFL, so he knows what to do, and he's a proven contender. Meanwhile, Dirty Dave, he is a 3-time ESFL title contender, ESFL Live top 8. He's a former primetime NEC VFL champion. So many credentials, elite wrestling, crafty takedowns, methodical striker. He defeated Zay that we saw last time in ESFL 157. So he's looked to build on that performance and maybe go into the co-main. So you see Tapiro versus Conor McGregor. You're going to see a bunch of striking, but maybe some takedowns. But this is going to be a hell of a fight here, Bay.
Definitely a hell of a fight. 2 great fighters, 2 great picks. Dirty Dave with the Conor McGregor on the right-hand side, EK Warrior locking in Ilya Topuria, who feels so good on this game, but can be countered with the right game plan, and we'll see what Dirty Dave is going to use tonight. Traditional with the Conor McGregor pick since the UFC game, since the ESFL's creation. I feel like Conor McGregor has been a part of this meta. Let's see what Warrior can bring to the table.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to know that going to the strike of Conor McGregor, especially with the legacy of Conor McGregor, he is very dangerous. You don't want to be in a boxing match with this Conor McGregor, but EK Warrior, he's proven to be up for the challenge. He wants to get close, using those double jabs to get the range, to find a way to disrupt that black cage and go for it. With pulls like that into a left hook, he is looking to do a lot more damage. And so far, I like what EK Warrior's doing. I want to see him get a little bit close, but also back out. Like this distance range game, I'm really liking what I'm seeing from him, Bay.
Yeah, being very safe right now. They only have 3 rounds to do it, but lovely timing right there with the 3-piece. I mean, clipped every part of Dirty Dave's chin before his leg even landed after he threw the kick. And that's good work as well, Warrior clearly got a game plan. Starting with that 2 down the middle, which is a very good shot to use. And again, right there, every single time these kicks come from Dirty Dave, great way to counter them. Dave really needs to set them up with his hands first, or at least disguise them, because he cannot just let Warrior time him over and over again.
Yeah, absolutely. And the timing was just mistakes from Dirty Dave. Leg kick very close. You know your opponent's in range, so he's going to land a 1-2-3 piece every single time. It's just EK Warrior, 2 mistakes. He capitalized on both of them every single time. So I want to see, can he do it again? Can he do it a 3rd time? Because that block cage is low, and now Dirty Dave, I think it needs to be a little bit on the back foot. Even though you have a Conor McGregor, you can't take a lot of damage from Topuria.
This is such good work from EK Warrior right there. The way he hit the block 3 times and then slid back and landed 2 more shots on the block, like just very switched on, very tuned into the game right now, and just unloading the combinations he needs. Only head hunting really, but he doesn't really need to do anything else. Everything is landed on the block, and Dirty Dave has just not been able to mitigate any of this damage. No head movement has sort of slipped and stopped stuff. He's just been getting traded and hit with that 2 down the middle, which has set everything up.
Yeah, 2 words for EK Warrior: patient, pressure. He has the patience where he's not like taking the bait, he's not going for it and leaving him out to dry. But when he sees a situation where he sees his opponent make a mistake, he's capitalizing on every single time. He's able to get the strikes. He's able to disrupt the block gaze. Look at that slip. Look at the just leading forward and getting those strikes. And when he feels comfortable, he go for overhand. He'll go for a head kick. He will rock his opponent and land some damage. And Dirty Dave is not answering the bell. With 7 seconds left, he might be in a dangerous situation as he gets hit with an elbow right there, babe. Insane end to the round.
Yeah, I mean, EK Warrior just had his number right there, man. The smoothness of the sort of last 30 seconds of that round pulled everything out of range. You know, he was sort of he slipped 2-1-2, step out, jab, overhand was just so clean, almost broke the block in half. And, you know, if you ask me, Dirty Dave's kind of lucky to still be standing right there. A few more moments at the end of that round, it might be the end of the fight. He's got to reassess the game plan and try and find out what he can do, man. I mean, he's got to find a way to answer those slips of EK Warrior, maybe some feints, just get the offense working for him.
Center line. It's just devastating because every time the mistake, he was too close, and that might be just a slip. Both bars are just like invisible. It's insane. But for Dirty Dave, it just like as you said, do more feints. Maybe the body shots to disrupt the pattern that he sees his opponent going with. It's just not working now so well. But for EK Warrior, it's just so well, babe.
He's trying to get the TKO here with the short shot, which you can't get, but he's reduced the head health all the way down a couple of times. Just landing these shots, and it's also going to take the maximum head health down as well. Oh, things are not looking good for Dirty Dave. I know he's usually more of a grappler, came out tonight ready to strike, and EK Warrior, man, has just looked phenomenal. EK Warrior's picked up some good wins this season over top guys as well. He beat Zyaf, he beat Ali. You know, he lost in a title contender match to EasyWork, who is fighting for the belt tonight. But apart from that, that's his only loss, and he's looking so good right now.
And here's the thing, Zyaf has to be looking at this fight as like, okay, I had a dominant performance, but if he's able to have a dominant performance, I would love to see the run back to see if we could see a rematch of that sort. But right now, EK Warrior, we thought that his striking, his patience would do him so well. But the fact that he's taking over the ground game against Conor McGregor in the second round, like, he can just basically lay here and win this round easily. Dirty Dave needs to be on, like, the proactive. He needs to be advancing, be aggressive with his transitions, but it's so difficult when you're just in this ground game situation here, babe.
Feels like he could just stand up and knock him out, you know? Yeah. Like, he doesn't need to be, but, you know, this is ESFL, you know, you don't want to make too many mistakes. Hitting an armbar right now, struggling through on top, but let's see. Tries to fire it in there right before his stamina runs out. This will be a get out there fairly easily for Warrior as a result of that. Dirty Dave throwing stuff off his back. He has that capability, but minute 20 left in this second round. Yeah, we'll see if he doesn't just sit through in top position. EK Warrior, I mean, almost knocked him out twice this round, it feels like.
Yeah, almost knocked him out twice, but with 1 minute, I'm happy that Dirty Dave did something, right? He went for an armbar. He wasn't just resting on laurels, trying to be super patient when he needs to get up. Because with moments like that, now you bring it to your opponent, and now you're going back to stand up. Now it's all about EK Warrior. What can he do to finish a fight? Because he's made his opponent miss every single time here, babe.
Yeah, and it's always the jab, and I swear he's going to get slip-two'd in a minute because it's always the jab from Dirty Dave. And the two has been coming out. The lead hook beats the jab this time. Double shots to the body. And Warrior looking for a finish again in the closing seconds. Lead head kick. Oh, you know, Jai Herbert landed that lead head kick like that in a very similar situation. It comes out right there, but man, I don't know if Dave has the minerals left in the tank to get this win out here. He's taken so much damage from EK Warrior in that second round.
I will say that for Dirty Dave, getting an armbar and getting a head kick, hitboxes And head kicks is a hell of a thing when it comes to this game. But for Dirty Dave, we saw EK Warrior do everything he wanted. But when it got to the last seconds, he kind of took his foot off the gas. If he's able to get the knockdown, he might say like, okay, that's going to wake me up and I'm going to actually execute my game plan. But for Dirty Dave, now he needs to go advance against his opponent. He needs to make sure his Black Ace is not getting disrupted because final round, he's down 0-2. He needs to put his gas in the pound.
Oh, he needs to slip and land an amazing left uppercut. I feel like that's the only thing that's going to keep him in this fight because Warrior's beating up that block right now. And the head health is getting lower and lower. Catching him with those left hooks as well, like the block counters. Dave's in trouble, man, and Warrior is just being careful with the pressure. There we go, a 4-piece combination in there, touching him with the jab. There's the duck in left hand, but it's surely a matter of time right now until this one is over.
I just don't agree with the head kick. I love the head kick in the end of the second round, but doing it twice, going for these home run shots, it just... I mean, damn if you do, damn you don't. It's just another knockdown for EK Warrior. EK Warriors have been just handling the business, but gets a nice pull, but nothing to afford or advance with another strike.
Just trying to stay conscious right now, you know, and there's a right hand that puts him unconscious again for a second time. Somehow he's still in the fight, though. I do not know how. He's going to hit him with the short shots again. Postured up. Warrior trying to get the finish right now, all on the same side. Dave's still surviving somehow, man.
Is the doctor just on his phone? Like, why is he not just in there seeing his, like, one fighter get knocked down so many times? It's like, hey, you know what? Maybe I need to check on this guy because he's getting hit so many times. The eyes, the face, the body, all being hurt for Dirty Dave, while EK Warrior, with more than 2 minutes, could just have his fun and just keep hitting him with elbows. That's all he needs to do, and he'll win this fight. It's just insane to see what a performance EK Warrior is putting on.
Yeah, back to the feet. The ref gonna check the cut. Not surprised.
Yes.
Because he is somehow still conscious and on the feet, let alone his face is split open.
Oh, you could barely see out that left eye. That left eye is kind of shut.
Might call this one off. No, he's good. He's fine. All right.
Just rub some ice on it. You're good.
I have no idea how this is being allowed to go, but here we go.
That's it. Say, what are we doing? Where's Dan Hardy? Get that. Fire that referee, dang it. Come on. But again, Dirty Dave, he still has a chance, right? He could go for head kicks. He could go for crazy shots. He just needs to like leave everything out on the line because right now he's in his last tire. He's on his last dire straight here, Bay.
Yeah, it should be a knockout. There we go. Anytime now, I was about to say, because he has no head health left and one left that puts him away. After a lot of diligent work right there from EK Warrior, moves to 3-1. Number 5 guy in the world just takes out the number 4 guy right there by knockout and looked really impressive doing it, Kingsley.
Just solid all around. When it went to the ground game, solid. When it went to striking and when it came to just finding out what his opponent was going to do, he landed so much and it worked so well for him. I'm just impressed of just seeing the opportunities that were like left for him. Every time he saw like a leg kick or a head kick coming his way, he's like, okay, I'm gonna get hit. I'm just gonna keep on blocking, but you're gonna leave yourself open for there because I know how desperate you could be, and he took advantage of it. So amazing performance. EK Warrior gets the victory. Zyaf has to be looking like, damn, he got that other victory on me. Maybe I need to get that run. Maybe I need to politic my way to get through it. Who knows? But again, he might go into the co-main event and get a #1 contendership shot there, baby. That was just a dominant performance.
It was indeed, man. Really, really good. I think people in chat very impressed by it as well tonight. Warrior looking really good representing Elite Kings as well. And, the only loss he has is to EasyWork. We're going to see how EasyWork gets on tonight. EasyWork might be the champion by the end of this evening in the main event. But before that, it's time for the co-main event. We've got number 2 versus number 3 guy in the world right now. FSD's Fadanator, 3-1, will be taking on the Kingsman's Fonte, also 3-1. One a former primetime champion, one of them a former ESFL champion. It's going to be at welterweight, Kingsley. Let's see what the picks are.
Ooh, we know that the Robbie Lawler pick is a favorite of Fonte. He knows
Love
to go
the
for
Robbie
the
Lawler
jumping switch kick. He goes insane. He defeated JC21. He defeated Ali in 157. He has a simulation style. He has high-level feints and setups. And he actually, on the scouting report, he says, I actually use my brain. So he's a high 200 IQ fighter. But with Fadanator, he is looking for revenge. He lost the belt to Frosty, so he wants to climb back up to the mountain and get that run back. He went 7-0 in UFC 4 teams competition, leading FSD to the championship. Now he's looking to reclaim his championship in his co-main fight. This is going to be a barn burner here, Bay.
Yeah, Fadanator, one of the best players of all time in this game. One of the most under-recognized players as well. That 7-0 run in the teams is just crazy. Did so well that season for his squad and did a great job in representing. But on the other hand, you have Fonte, who's very confident in this Robbie Lawler pick. I think Robbie is one of the best picks at welterweight. He's sneaky good if you can get your game plan going, and if you don't get a kickboxer who can beat you up on the outside. That's not happening right now, although there's a teep kick. But Fadanator definitely has that ability, and there's the rolling rear left uppercut, and there's the snap kick as well.
Did you see that setup to that strike? He went went for 2 strikes, but then he canceled both of them into an opening where he was able to land that other 3rd strike. That was insane level of setup there. Like, very sneaky abilities like that will change you from a contender to a title main eventer. And so far, I'm liking what we're seeing for the Robbie Lawler, but Edwards, what we're seeing, he's able to land some good shots, but he needs to watch out for the duck uppercut. Yeah,
good job by Fonte. He's found a home for that twice right now, recognizing that Fadanator's lowering that head. Duck underneath. He's getting the block really beaten up already, and the lead hook. Man, I can't believe how much damage that Fadanator was able to inflict right there on Fonte with a Robbie Lawler pick. You know, a guy that's got a big chin and really good recovery. He's just getting smashed. The block's getting smashed. He can't get his head out of there. Man, this is just Fadanator taking full advantage of who Leon Edwards is and putting Fonte in a position he can't get out of. More shots coming in, Kingsley.
He's just in a glass box full of emotions right now, because anything he does, he still sees his opponent in front of him. The block gauge, the head gauge is all low. I told you, Fadanator is looking for revenge, but he has vengeance on his mind, keeping his opponent to the back of the octagon, not really able to move, and he's just striking. There's levels to this game, and it ends in the first round there, baby. Looking for revenge, baby.
Jesus Christ, the first round for the co-main event. Fadanator wasted absolutely no time whatsoever. I mean, Fonte obviously had some kind of a game plan in terms of trying to, you know, move the head and be defensively sound and maybe just work up into a long game plan, you know, use his IQ. Fadanator was having none of that, dude. He just walked him down, threw hooks at the block, beat him up, and Fonte could not stop him. He could not slip. He could not get him off the back foot. He just did not have an answer for Fadanator's just non-stop punching, and you know, it was great. I mean, obviously Fadanator, high-level skill in knowing exactly the timing on every shot, not overblowing the stamina, changing the combinations up, going up the middle and around the side, mixing up between the two, and just knowing when to sort of animation cancel and just keep breaking through that block. Very dangerous in proving to do that, but Fonte not able to do anything at all to stop it.
Yeah, you know, even like if you want to use your brain, you can't use your brain if you're getting hit 33 times in the face. That kind of shuts everything down. But the fact that he couldn't escape from the back of the octagon, his opponent was right there, and Fadanator just constantly putting the pressure, putting the work on his opponent. That only shows that, like, Fonte is a high-level player. He was 3-1 going to the co-main. This was a highly touted fight. We called it a barn burner before the fight began. But Fadanator, he had a different type of game plan. He was like, you know what? You're using Robbie Lawler. I've seen the tape. I'm going to use Leon Edwards, and I'm going to see how it all works out, because there's a title on the line. But speaking of titles here, Bay, I think we have a little bit something that everyone's fighting for at the end of the season right here.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, this is it. It's time for the main event and the title that is on the line right now. EasyWork and Frosty are going after it. So people have been waiting online for this one. You know, Xbox title has not been defended yet. No one has definitively held on to it. And like you said, yeah, the most title defenses at the end of the season will win an ESFL title, an actual real-life Xbox championship belt that we've shown off a bunch of times. I don't know if we have the graphic for it right now that we can show.
I think we do. I think we have a 16.
Let's take a look at the belts. Let's take a look at the belts. All right, there you go. The ESFL belt. So that is going to go to the Xbox and PlayStation champions at the end of the season who have the most title defenses. Tonight, the champion is Kingsman's Frosty. Frosty is the champ, and he has 0 defenses. So can he make it one tonight? His challenger, we've mentioned him before tonight, EasyWork, 4-0. He beat Fadanator. Fadanator lost to Frosty, and yes, EasyWork beat, I believe, Zyaf. I think that's right.
Yeah,
made this really complicated.
Yeah, he beat Dirty Dave. He beat EK Warrior to earn a title shot against Frosty. So Warrior, yeah, like we saw how dominating Warrior was in his previous fight. That's only goes to show how EasyWork is levels above and earns this title shot. This is something that is highly touted. There's so many storylines when it comes to this. Both undefeated, 4-0. Someone's has to go. KM Frosty, no one has been the champion and able to defend the championship in all of this season. Can he be the first? But for EasyWork, on the opposite side, can he continue that history of a continuous champion? But can he be the one who had such a dominant run this whole season? Can he be the one to finally claim on top of the mountain? Because he has multiple fight of the nights and he has multiple dominant performances. Can he do it? Can he take it? Because we're seeing another run back. Robbie Lawler versus Leon Edwards. We saw how that fight went in the co-main event. How can they change things up? How will it be different? The title is on the line here, Bay, and I'm so excited for it.
Hell yeah, the title is on the line. Xbox champion KM Frosty in the red corner tonight. I believe he should be, but he's not in the red corner. He's in the blue corner tonight with the Leon Edwards pick. EasyWork with the Robbie Lawler pick up here. So champion in the blue, challenger in the red corner. We're seeing the same matchup we just saw right here, Robbie Lawler versus Leon Edwards, but let's see if it plays out any differently. A lot more pressure coming out from EasyWork compared to what we just saw, heavily targeting the body of that lead right hook right now.
Yeah, but for Frosty's credit, he's able to get it away from the back of the cage, right? Like, he's able to move away, possibly he's staying stuck, but he's able to answer back. He's able to get some strikes out against his opponent, but this is that moment right there, just getting a little bit of distance, getting a little bit of space, using those elbows are working very nicely for Frosty, but the pressure, the constant pressure of Robbie Lawler with the hands will do so much damage, will do so much work for EasyWork, and overhands like that, blocking them, that's going to be a huge key to this 5-round fight.
Nice teep. Something else you definitely want to do with Robbie is, just because your kicks aren't very good doesn't mean you shouldn't use them if the moment is there to use them. Right there, the teep was a perfect thing to throw through the teep, let him get the pressure back on, stay on with the boxing right here. EasyWork, the big left hook and the straight left are the big weapons, as is the straight to the body, but that 2 right there down the middle, every time that lands, it's going to do big damage. And it doesn't have to land it a lot. Just needs to kind of just every now and again get that 2 down the pipe. Frosty's doing well off the back foot, managed to recover some of that center. This is the champion right now, getting pressured early on in this first round by the challenger.
Yeah, and you can see he's watching the setups. He's not baiting or like reacting to any of the shots. He's using a little bit more slips. Use a little bit more slips and work to bite. Look, 1, 2, 3, straight to the head. We love to see it. But we want EasyWork. He's not getting dissuaded. He's still being aggressive and making his opponent duck. The pulls, the duck unders are going to be another huge key for this, because right now EasyWork, he's not going to let his opponent go without taking some damage against his opponent.
Yeah, Frosty said his defense is impenetrable.
Impregnable.
Impregnable or impenetrable. Either one would have been good. He is here though, bro. You can see he's trying to just stay defensive, plant the feet on the back foot and hit the body. The pull counters are really keeping him in it, and I like that he's not trying to attack off the head movement. The head movement is a defensive tool right now, and that's all it needs to be while he's still getting the reads on EasyWork GG. Also means he's not leaving himself vulnerable for the counterattacks by trying to swing back every time he slips a strike. EasyWork's doing a good job with the pressure. Sorry, I was just going to say. So we'll see if he can get those hooks going, but so far, good defensive capabilities are keeping Frosty in this.
Yeah, I was going to say before I really interrupt you, it was just what Frosty is doing right now, even though he's ducking away, he's not really forcing like aggressive issue. He's not using a lot of stamina. So maybe the game plan against EasyWork is like drain his stamina out. Make sure that Robbie Lawler is using all his stamina, going for these crazy strikes, and then finding a way to capitalize after he makes that one other mistake. Because it's not 3 rounds. You don't really need to go super heavy. You can give rounds away. It's just all about, can you survive the 5 rounds and put it against your opponent?
Yeah, and we saw it right there towards the end of the round as well. Good work by EasyWork, using the kicks. Again, Robbie, all these high-level moves are all punches. They're all strikes. that use your fists, but he does have kicks, and you do need to use them because sometimes there are ranges where you want to kick, like right there, again, using the teep to help him put himself in a better position to use the hands. So good work by EasyWork, mixing it all up. We'll see if Frosty can actually try and either counter or get a bit more aggressive when he needs to right here. Lead hook and then an overhand and then a calf kick. All great work by Frosty off the back foot.
Very, very nice. And I like what he's doing right now for Frosty. I just like he tried to attempt to do 2 leg kicks. He did a third one right there. I feel like that could also be a difference maker. If he's able to get enough distance, maybe he could work on that leg and try to disrupt the footwork of EasyWork. But EasyWork so far still being aggressive, not really changing most of his game plan. Using 4-hit combinations to get rid of that blockage, but uppercuts like that will just stop him a little bit. It's just how much you're going to take to go against your opponent, and elbows and pulls like that. I feel like this is still a very much an even fight.
Yeah, I'd love to see the straight inside leg kick be used right here by Frosty. That's a nice safe combination, and definitely working on that lead leg of EasyWork. I mean, Robbie Lawler cannot really switch stances, so that would be great to do. He's targeting the head health though with some nice counter hooks, as there's still like this effort to kind of tank his way through everything. You have to keep the head movement as EasyWork, because Frosty now starting to chip away at that and the block and still getting his calf kicks going.
Yeah, I love the calf kicks. That's a 4th one. I would love to see a little bit more, because it just opens up a hook for hooks like that. Because right now you're getting your opponent thinking about the body and the kicks. Nice. It leads open to the hand with the elbow, because that's what a proven champion does right there, Bay.
Yeah, great block counter elbow. So well read by Frosty. Knew EasyWork was coming down to the bottom with it. And again, Frosty on the back foot. Back to this defensive stance. Doesn't want to like overcommit and get yourself caught. Good work by Frosty. And the more he trips away at you, the more he reads you, the more you slow down, the better this defense is going to get.
Cool. And I thought those 2 uppercuts were going to land against Edwards, but so far the distance is not to the effect that he wants it to be for EasyWork. This is going to be like the first real like actual battle that he's going to be having in through his run. Usually they've been pretty much dominant bouts, but right now you're facing someone that's at the same caliber, that has the same amount of pressure as you do. So right now you need to focus. But that stamina, that body shot could have done a lot of damage against Frosty.
Yeah, EasyWork though. The problem is he's now just walking himself into range over and over again. So that block is taking a massive beating. Like, he keeps stopping in front of Frosty, and Frosty is chewing up that block. EasyWork has to be careful about that. He's got a stamina advantage because he's done a good job with these teep kicks and making Frosty miss. And Frosty's output has definitely been a lot higher, but there's a lovely duck under elbow. A second elbow this round. We know they're dangerous to Leon Edwards. The rear uppercut lands as EasyWork's on the back foot, unable to move the head anymore, catches the kick. Going to get some more space, and now all of this damage that EasyWork has kind of waded through and tried to roll through has started to add up. He will recover quite well between the rounds though.
Yeah, but here's the thing for EasyWork. Like, the first 2 rounds, you were super aggressive. You were super engaging against your opponent. What can you do now? Because now you got rocked. Now you can't really take those risks that you did earlier before, because Leon Edwards is going to have the range and he's going to have the distance to strike against your opponent. But right now, in the first couple seconds here, he's still aggressive. So I don't know if that's going to be a detriment or maybe an advantage that he's still staying tunnel vision against his opponent, staying in the phone booth. But that blockage is low.
He's got to move his feet. He's just staying in boxing range, waiting for his chance to throw the counter punch. It's not coming. He's just getting pieced up there. He's got to move his feet out of range. And Frosty just walks straight through right there, recognizing exactly that he can just blast through the block right now. The head movement isn't going to save any EasyWork anymore, and he's got to be really careful about his block.
Super careful. You can't risk any silly mistakes. You need to be on your P's and Q's when it comes to your blocking. But right now, Frosty doing such a great job. Just 1-2, making his opponent think, not really overly being aggressive. Because look at those pulls. It's just so nasty. And then following with a body shot that works so well. And tasty damage right there, babe.
Yeah, Frosty, man, just flowing now and running away with this fight. Rocks to the body, rocks to the head, just a matter of time. Lead up to the body there, stance switch back to the southpaw, the straight, fake. That head kick is coming out, you know he wants it. Double jab, and no rush here. EasyWork trying to throw back, but just doesn't have the stamina or the head health or anything left. Eating these hooks now, these lead hooks slips that, but there's the elbow one more time. That elbow 3 times he landed at a perfect range, and that's dangerous right there. Frosty looking real dangerous, real composed, great defensive capabilities, and really nasty ability to land those shots when it counted like that elbow.
just what a complete fight. But the and still ESFL Xbox champion KM Frosty, he was able to get pressured. He handled the pressure. When he saw his advantage, when he saw the rock, he put like a different change of his game plan. He was able to work it against the opponent. The kicks, the body shots, the head striking, all of it was a complete three-dimensional fight game that I love to see from our champion. And he'll be the first ever one to have a title defense. He's the first ever guy, so he made history in this new season. And congratulations to him, because that was a hell of a performance from the current defending champion.
Yeah, it really, really was. If you look at the percentages right there as well, really low percentage of landed from EasyWork. 25 of 100 significant strikes is just how good was Frosty's footwork and like control of the space. Granted, you take Leon Edwards against Robbie Lawler, you do have a pretty big advantage really when it comes to a lot of the striking stats. There's ways to win if you're Lawler, but well commanded by Frosty, took full advantage of those differences and put on a very clinical striking performance to retain the Xbox title. And still your Xbox champion, Kingsman's Frosty, with a win and a title defense here tonight. So far in the running to take home that championship belt at the end of the season, Kings.
He's definitely in the running. I mean, he's going to have another challenger in the next Xbox card. Maybe it's Fadanator, who won in the co-main. That's going to be a very interesting matchup, because that's going to be a run back, possibly. We know that Fadanator was the current champion before Frosty, and then Frosty beat him. So the fact that Frosty has 2 wins on his belt with the belt, that's going to be very interesting seeing what they do. And the fact that they both used Leon Edwards against Robbie Lawler, we saw the matchups. Leon Edwards 2-0, headshot dead. So could we possibly see a mirror match in the next main event for the Xbox side? Who knows? But I'm excited to see if that could be Fight Night or whatever these fights are Fight Night here, babe.
Yeah, we'll have to see about that, and we'll see if they go welterweight next time. Maybe we'll mix things up. But yeah, great fights all throughout the card this evening here as well. I don't know if we had a choice for Fight of the Night. Someone betted in my ear.
I had an opinion. It took me by surprise, and I think I'm going for the shot factor, because we're usually not expecting it in this kind of sequence. Usually the first fight, we're seeing a lot of scrappy, a lot of crazy fights, but I think the first fight between EK Masio versus Chris was such a technical, like, they didn't seem like rookies at all in the ESFL. So I think they're definitely fighting tonight. Just the way they took us by surprise, and it was so technical how great that fight was.
Yeah, Masio in the chat here as well, saying the first fight is Fight of the Night. No.
See, hey, I got you.
Well, we'll agree with you there, Masio. It was a great performance. So yeah, I think that would be Fight of the Night there as well. People are asking for the next card. The next card will take place next weekend, 2 p.m. Central Time, which is going to be 8 o'clock in the UK, 9 p.m. in the rest of Europe. You can join us after UFC 300, the day after. I believe the PlayStation title will be on the line next weekend as well, so you guys can watch that one. It should be a good night of fights, as was tonight. A fantastic night of fights, but we're going to have to wrap things up right there. For all of you, thank you very much for tuning in, as always, on your Sundays for your esports fighting league entertainment. The ESFL coming at you every Sunday. UFC 5 new patches are coming out. We've got new characters. We've got updates coming, Kingsley. The future's looking bright.
Oh yeah, new fighters, new patches, new kind of gameplay, and new title contenders. This is going to be a huge stretch of the season for the ESFL, and I can't wait to see what goes down, because all of it's going to be so exciting here, Bay.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, well, on behalf of myself, Mr. Kingsley, all of the rest of the ESFL staff and team, the matchmakers, the wranglers, the Twitch mods, Mr. Feckett in our ears, bringing you the show this evening. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll be back next week, as always, with the PlayStation side of things, another title on the line, and we'll see who can carve out that legacy, going to take home those championship belts at the end of the year. If you want to compete, guys, very easy. Just jump in the Discord, express some interest, get checked out by one of our matchmakers, and if you make the cut, you can find yourself in the ESFL. You can join a squad there as well, or if you guys just want to keep training and get better, there's plenty of teams and stuff all through the ESFL Discord. That's the place to go. Until then, we'll see you next week and next time, guys. Thank you for joining us for a night of fights. Have a good one. We'll see you on the next show. Goodbye.
Night, y'all.